Hi, welcome to Full Tower TV. My name is Rafael, and in this video we're going to build an 1100 to 1300 euro computer for a user on Reddit from Germany. So the build requirements are pretty simple on this one. He wants it for gaming and for schoolwork. The places he wants to shop are eBay, Amazon, and a place that is called Media Market. He wants the computer to have Wi-Fi. He doesn't have any size or noise constraints. He wants it to be relatively quiet, but nothing too special. In terms of color and lighting preferences, he wants the one that costs less. And he also wants RTX 4070 in his build. So yeah, let's see what we can do for him. So over here I have PCPartPicker.com. It's a very popular PC building site. For those of you who don't know, what's cool about this site is that you can choose which country you want to buy your parts in. Not all countries are featured in this website, but there's plenty of countries that are. And basically when you start to build a computer, you can choose on which like shops or places you want to buy your parts from. So as you can see here, once I've picked Germany, we can go to Amazon Deutschland. And yeah, he said another place that is called Media Market, but I don't see it here on the list of merchants. So yeah, but we'll stick with Amazon for this one. And I actually want to start with the graphic card that he mentioned, which is the 4070, and I want to see what are options. Now I am going to pick the 4070 Super as well, because I think it is the one that will be a little bit more available and a little bit will have a little bit better value for money. So yeah, you can get a 4070 Super for around 700 euros from what I can see here. Yeah, 775. Ooh. It's a bit tough. Let's see what we can do in terms of like getting all the other parts. This Gigabyte WindForce OC looks very interesting to me. Let's see the price it has on Amazon. Okay, now a cool little trick that you can do is to actually look for zip codes in a certain city in that country, and then the Amazon search result will be a little bit better. So let's do that. We can put this one over here. Cool. Okay. So it's $4.99 delivery. That places our card at around 780 euros. Like the PNI Verto could be an option. It is a lot cheaper. Let's see if it's available. Yeah, it's 700 euros. It's on sale on Amazon. It's the sale is not the thing. It's like a much cheaper card because it is not the best cooler, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know, 70 euros is a lot, to be honest, between this one and this one. But this one does have much better cooling, if I'm gonna be very honest. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Gigabyte one and see what we can do here. Okay, so we need a motherboard with Wi-Fi, and like if it's for gaming, I really think we should go AMD here. There isn't really too much point going with Intel these days, especially with this kind of budget and going with a 4070. Going with AM5 will make the most sense in this build. And let's see what the options here. So we can get a 7600X for around 200 euros. And 7600 for 189. I would probably go with the 7600X. Although going with the 7600 will save us a bit of money in terms of the cooling for this chip, because this one has much lower TDP, and the TDP stands for how much power this CPU draws, and the higher the TDP, then the higher cooling solution you will need for it. So I think I will go with, let's try to go with the 7600X. It's a little bit faster, okay, and because we have pretty cheap coolers these days, maybe we can work something out. So let's take a look. Which kind of coolers they have in Germany? Let's see if they have like Thermalright coolers. Okay, so yeah, they do have some. Okay, 40 bucks, 40 euros, sorry, for the Phantom Spirit 120 SE. What is this one? Is that a new cooler from Thermalright? Man, Thermalright are making coolers right and left. And this one actually looks pretty sick, to be honest. I really like the design of it. Damn, that really looks good. Has 6 heat pipes. Yeah, it's 156 millimeters in height, so it's not that huge. 12 centimeters fans. Yeah, it looks solid, to be honest. I really like the way it looks. It's a dual tower cooler, so it will be able to handle our 7600X with no problem. I am looking for the TDP, which most cooling companies specify the TDP that is supported by the cooler. I can't really find it here. I will try to find it on their website. Okay, let's see. What just happened? Okay. Okay, so it's not the quietest cooler. I mean, it's okay. 2000 RPM, it is a bit too much from what I like. Oh, wait. It actually has 2 different fans. Oh, interesting. Why would they put 2 different fans? Oh yeah, you can see. Wow, okay. I did not know that. Okay, you can see the fan on the left is a little bit more thinner than the fan in the middle. Yeah, a little bit. It's like half of the thickness, actually, which is quite interesting. I guess they do that because of the RAM. You can see here in the picture the RAM. They don't want the fan to get stuck inside the RAM sticks, so they make it a little bit thinner. Interesting. I've never seen that before, to be honest. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, I still can't really see what's the TDP on this cooler, but I mean, it looks alright. Yeah. I'm trying to see if we have maybe a different option here. I mean, we do have the Peerless Assassin, which is like €3 more, and it's a much more popular option. It is ARGB. It also has 6 heat pipes, but it has more standard fans. I do prefer something with more standard fans, to be honest, because in case of a fan going like bad or you need to replace it or whatever, then it's better to have something more conventional. You know, it will be easier to find fans. And yeah, you can see even here they say it's standard size PWM fan. It's also a lot quieter. It's 1550 RPM. And yeah, our request is to have a quieter PC. So I think I'm going to go with this one. I would have preferred to have the non-ARGB version because I know it is a little bit cheaper, but I don't see it here in the list. And yeah, we'll just go with this one. Okay, so we are €1,000 already, and we need a motherboard that has Wi-Fi. So we can sort Wi-Fi over here. Okay, we have a B650 gigabyte motherboard over here, which is quite nice, to be honest. It's not the best motherboard ever. Let me show you it in a second. And when I say it's not the best, I mean like some of the design choices here are not the best. For example, you can see this weird cable in the middle over here. This is the Wi-Fi card. So they added the Wi-Fi card into an M.2 slot, and it's not something that you see very often. It also doesn't really have too much of USB ports. It actually has 6, which is okay. I mean, it is a good budget option, right? But let's see if we can find something a little bit better. It also doesn't have front Type-C connector. If we want to take a case that has front Type-C, which you don't really have to. I mean, look, this board is not a bad option, okay? It's not a bad option. But let's see if we can get something a little bit better without stretching the budget too much. Okay, so we can get, what is it? The B650 Eagle, B650M Gaming Plus. This ASRock one also looks interesting. Let's see what we have here. I want to take a look at these 3 motherboards. Well, so this is a much more solid board that I am familiar with. First of all, it does have a Type-C, front Type-C connector for if you have a case that has a Type-C connector at the front, you will need a special header on the motherboard, so it does have it. Yeah, this board looks a lot better than our previous one. And yeah, it looks very solid. It has 3 M.2 slots. It's a full-size ATX motherboard. It also has 8 USB ports and not 6. I really like this option. It has Wi-Fi 6 as well as Bluetooth, and yeah, it overall looks a lot better. Also, something that a lot of people don't really check when they buy a motherboard is the power phases, which are quite important because the power phases are the little how to say it, the little pieces over here right next to the CPU, which are responsible to deliver voltage to your CPU. And basically, long story short, the more phases you have, the better power delivery your CPU can get, and it will be more stable and will have better overclocking capability and stuff like that. So this board has 12 plus 2 plus 2 power phases, which is really, really good. And let's say, for example, if you take a look on the previous motherboard we saw, which was, where is it? This one. Let's see how many power phases this one has. So yeah, you can see here, this one is 5 plus 2 plus 2, which is it's half of the amount that we have in our auto board. So yeah, and the price difference is not small. It's around 20 euros. This one is 115 and this one is 135. But for 20 bucks, where is it? This motherboard will be a lot better. A lot better. It has better connectivity. It has more upgradability options in the future in terms of all the M.2 storage and RAM slots. It has the front Type-C support. It has more USB ports. For 20 euros, it's definitely worth the price. But because we want to be thorough and make sure we get the best choice for him, we want to check the other options. For 135, you can also get this ASRock B850MX, which is a micro motherboard. It actually looks pretty solid. It also has a Wi-Fi card solution, so you can see this one right over here. And yeah, this piece is the Wi-Fi card, which also has the cable that goes over here. Let me move myself so you can see what I mean. This one, this is the Wi-Fi antenna right over here. This cable goes all the way down over here to the Wi-Fi card. I mean, it has some benefits to have a Wi-Fi card like this. If it ever breaks, you can replace it. But yeah, I prefer something that is more built into the motherboard. And I mean, this board does look pretty solid. It also has a front Type-C connector for your case. And I mean, it does have only 2 RAM slots and only 1 M.2. No, sorry, it has 2 M.2 slots. You can see one over here under the cover and one over here without a cover. I mean, yeah, for 135, the Gigabyte Eagle is a much better choice. I'm not even gonna check how many phases it has, because I don't think it's really worth it, you know. But you know what? Let's check. Let's see how many phases it has. So yeah, this one is 6 plus 1 plus 1. Yeah, so this one is a big no-no. Not if it's for the same price, you know. And I think the last one we had was the Plus, right? This one, yes. So we had the B650M Gaming Plus, which is also a 5 plus 2 plus 2 phase. And yeah, it's basically a little bit upgraded version of the first motherboard we saw, but it has 4 RAM slots and a front Type-C connector, and the Wi-Fi card is not here. It's integrated at the back over here. I mean, yeah, it looks like the Gigabyte Eagle will be our winner. So we're gonna go ahead and pick this motherboard for us. Okay, where are we at in terms of the price? We're at 1147 euros. We need memory, and he doesn't really care about RGB and all of that stuff, so we will get the cheapest, performance-wise acceptable RAM kit that we can get. Now, you want to look for as low as possible for the nanoseconds in terms of latency, but you want to also get a very known and reputable brand, even though if it has slightly worse. latency. For example, this Kingston Fury Beast, let me close all the other tabs over here. This one is a very solid kit. It's from a known brand. It's a very reliable kit. I can also see it is branded as Expo supported, which is good because we are using AMD, and Expo basically means it will have built-in profile for putting the RAM in the correct advertised speed. Basically what it means, if you buy DDR5 memory and you first install it in your computer, it wouldn't run on the speed that is advertised. It will run on the default lowest speed that DDR5 RAM has, which is 4800 megatransfers per second and not 56. And the AMD Expo profile will help you to kind of overclock it to this speed without changing too much voltages and settings on your BIOS. Now, yeah, I mean, it's not always working. I'm gonna be very honest. Like, in order to get a kit that will be very, very stable and very high speeds, you would need to like pay good money for it. That's why I also don't recommend to get a crazy higher speed RAM, because you can buy a 6000 kit and it wouldn't really work on 6000 megahertz, and you'll have crashes and blue screens and stuff like that. So in the end of the day, you pay more because it is more speed, but it's not really stable. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this kit. I think this one will be better, and it's also not very expensive, which is good. You can see that we are already at the maximum of our budget, and we still need to pick a case, and a power supply, and storage. So yeah, we will have to cut something here. I mean, I don't really want to go with the 7600 because the price difference is only 10 euros and it doesn't really help us too much. We can try to find a cheaper cooler, but I don't think I can get something cheaper than the Thermalright Pyrrhus Assassin. The motherboard, I mean, we need Wi-Fi and we need a good motherboard, so this one also I can't really change, and the RAM as well. I guess the only part I can kind of save more money at would be the graphic card. But I don't want to do that either, because getting the PNY Verto, yeah, I really want him to have a good, nice big card with good cooling. But it will save us around 100 euros, which is a lot. I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot. Yeah, this is a tough choice. Oh, what would you do? I mean, if I were him, yeah, it's hard. 100 euros is a lot of money. Oof. Yeah. Is it 100? Wait. No, it's 695. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost 100. It's 80. 80, 70. That's a tough one. It'll also look a little bit weird because we did get a full-size ATX motherboard, and getting a card, a small card will be kind of weird. But I mean, I can't also really go with a different motherboard here. or can we? Let's see what we have. How about this Gigabyte B650M D3 HP? This one is also 5+2+2 phase VRM. I mean, if we would have gone with the 7600 non-X Ryzen 5, it will be okay. But because we are going with the slightly more power-hungry CPU, going with a better motherboard, I think will be better. The problem is we don't have a lot of options here. Yeah, I have nothing to change the motherboard for. Let's see how much we will end up in terms of price with all the parts together. So for storage, I pretty much go for the Kingston NV3 these days every time. It's PCIe Gen 4. It has good read and write speeds. I think it's getting to like 5 or 6,000 megabytes per second. It's pretty crazy. It's reasonably priced. It's not that expensive. It's very reliable. I have very little RMAs with that SSD. For those of you who don't know, I work in a local PC retail store and I build computers daily. And this SSD pretty much goes with almost any build that we do, and yeah, it's very reliable pretty much across the board. I remember even from the first NV1 that we started selling these, they pretty much don't come back. They're very reliable. So yeah, this is for the SSD. And look, for a power supply, we need to check how much is the recommended power supply for an RTX 4070 Super. It has a 220 watt TDP. I think we need to have something around 600 or 700 watts, but don't quote me on that. We can Google it pretty easily. RTX 4070 Super recommended PSU. So yeah, we need around 700 watts. Let's see what kind of a 700 watt power supply we can get. I mean, even 650 will be totally fine, but let's see what we have, at least 700. Okay, good. We have the MSI Mag A750BN. This is a great power supply. It's not expensive at all. 70 euros is pretty good price, and this is one of my favorites. This power supply, by the way, is not only one of my favorites, but the way they make the connector is also one of the best. MSI really do a good job with this one. I think it's not actually this one, the one I like. Yeah, this one is only 300 watts on the connector. They do have a different model, which I can't really see here. Let's see if we can sort only MSI power supplies. So yeah, it's the AGL, not the ABN. The ABN, I mean, it's also good, but the AGL is the one that you really want. Okay, this is the gold, the good connector. I think J2Sense did a video about it not that long ago, where he checked a couple of those connectors and from different brands. And he found that the MSI ones are the best ones. But yeah, it's 100 euros for a power supply, and we don't have that kind of budget. So we either go with this one or we can find something else, but let's see what is the price difference. So 700 watts, Thermaltake, no. This ADATA power supply, also big no. This Gigabyte, no. They tend to blow up apparently. The EVGA could be a good option. What else? Gigabyte again. Yeah. There are no very good options here. I'm gonna be very honest. I mean, they're okay, but I'm trying to find the best one we can get. I want to take a look at this EVGA one. I think it's a pretty solid unit, but what I want to know is what kind of cables it has, because it is a bit of an older model. But when you buy an RTX card that has a 12 volt 16 pin connector, usually you get an adapter for it. So yeah, we should be okay either way. I don't think they show it here in the pictures, but where is it? I'm looking for to see if this graphic card includes an adapter, because we do need that. Yeah, it doesn't say. We can see the connector over here, but yeah, it just doesn't say anything. Let's see on Gigabyte's website. I'm pretty sure it comes with an adapter because I did build a few computers with this card, but I just want to make sure, you know. See the gallery. Maybe we can see it here. Nope. The specification page. Maybe here. Yeah, there it is. So it comes with an adapter. You can see it over here. One 16-pin to two 8-pin power adapter. Okay, so I want to see this EVGA power supply. Oh, this one's usually dispatched within 4 to 7 months. Holy crap. Okay, no. Yeah. We're not gonna wait 7 months for a power supply. You serious? I'm gonna take something else. Okay, what other options do we have? Should we go the A750BN? I mean, I don't know. It has only 300 watt support on the 12 volt. I mean, it would be okay for the card that he's using now, but if he will want to upgrade in the future, will be a bit problematic. He will have to change the power supply, you know. But this is a tough choice over here. I think given the budget that we have, going with this power supply makes the most sense right now. I don't see anything else here that I like. Don't like any of the Gigabyte here. Yeah. And I don't really want to spend 100 euros for the good expensive option. I mean, this one would be golden if we had the budget to like pick something for future upgrades and stuff. Yeah, the MSI Mag A850 GL. But yeah, we're trying to build with what we have. So I'm gonna go with this power supply, and After I choose our case, I'll probably also change our graphic card to the PNY Verto. I know it doesn't have the best cooling, but I mean, we don't really want to overspend our budget as well. And the thing is, I could even go cheaper with the MSI Ventus, and this one is an RTX 4070, not a 4070 Super, but I think it will make more sense to go with the 4070 in this budget, with the 4070 Super in this budget, and even go with the Asus ProArt OC. I mean, it's a good-looking card in terms of size and the cooler it has and everything, but I think the faster GPU will always win, even though it doesn't have the best cooler on it. It just makes more sense. Okay, so okay, we have around 30 euros. We're not gonna pick a case for 30 euros, of course, but I mean, we could. There are cases for that price, actually. But you know what? These cases actually look pretty solid. What is this? This is the Kolnik K12 ARGB Mi Tower. Yeah, I think I've came across this brand before. It's a very kind of cheap budget brand. I think I want to try to get something a little bit better than that. Even if it means that we will go a little bit over budget. What can we get here? I mean, this Shorkun case could be a good option. Yeah. It has 4 fans. It comes with a small ARGB controller at the back. I'm sure it's not the best fans in the world. Let's see if we have something a little bit better. How about this MSI Forge 100R? This could be a good option, actually. I have built with this case many times before, but it's been a while. I really want to see what kind of fans it has. Okay, so it comes with 3 pre-installed fans, but they do not specify which kind of fans they are. I think it could be a good option. The price for it is very good right now, for 62 euros. Let's see what we have else. Fantex XT Pro is 65? What? Isn't that really cheap? Oh, that's the non-ultra. Yeah, this is the one I think that comes with only 1 fan, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it comes with only 1 fan. Yeah. What else we have here? We have this MSI one. Damn, MSI have some really good prices for cases. But it could be a little bit tricky to find a good one. And I really want to try and find a good one. Oh, this one actually comes with 6 fans. Oh, it's pretty cool. But the question is, which kind of fans are they? They say anything over here? No. And the reason why I check this is because I want to understand if these fans are good or not. Usually if you can spot if they say they are PWM or something like that, it means that they are good fans. And remember, we do have an air cooler on our CPU, so good airflow in this computer will be important. This fractal design actually could be also a good option. This is the Pop Air. This one is actually very interesting to me. Hold on a second. No, not Amazon. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I want to see this one. Okay, that's the one. Okay, what kind of fans are we dealing with over here? Can we understand which fans are installed in this case? They do not say. Maybe in the manual? Emmanuel. Okay, so this is all the accessories. Remove side panel. This is actually a very thorough guide. Really like this one. There we go. Connect the fans. Okay. That's it? That's all you're gonna say? Oh, okay. So from what I can see, these are 3-pin fans. Wait, it has a built-in RGB controller? Wait, what? Now I'm really confused. I did not see it has RGB. No, it does not. Okay, now I'm very confused. This could be a good option. The Stormate case. I actually built a PC with a similar case not that long ago. And this one is 70 euros. Oh, wait, I think we found something. There's also the green one is 70 euros and the black one is 75. I mean, I would get the green one for 5 euros less, you know. But if you really want the black one, yeah, you can go with the black one. I really like the way it looks. It has 3 fans. I think if I remember correctly, you can daisy chain the fans to the cooler. Yeah, I did in my video. I daisy chained the fans to the cooler, and you can connect it to the into one plug into your motherboard, and you can control all the lights through one connector, which is good. This is actually a very solid option. Man, it would be nice to get this case with the big card, but it will be way over budget. Way over budget, you know? Like if you get this, yeah, you'll be at 1420. This is a tough choice. I mean, it would still look cool. You know what? I actually had an idea to visualize computers using Canva. Let me try and do that. Okay, so this is our case. And let's get our motherboard. We need our cooler as well. This is the motherboard. Okay, so it goes kinda over here. Like so. Yeah, we can double that. And do this. Okay, so that way we can see the fan. You like this? That's so cool, man. Okay, and let's see if we can get a picture with our cooler. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit hard. Okay, so kinda. I mean, that's the best I can do. Something like this, right? It's hard with the angle of the cooler, but yeah, kind of get the point. And let's see if I can get a good picture with our RAM. This one is also gonna be a bit hard because I don't really picture them with a angle from above. I mean, this one is kinda is. We can kinda go with this one. Let's see if it has background or no. Yeah, I need to remove the background here. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. And yeah, I mean, this is not how you should put RAM. You should put them with one slot empty between both of them, but this is kind of get the point of how it should look like. Okay, let's see, what else do we need? The SSD. No, the SSD is gonna be right underneath this cover, right? So we're not gonna see it anyway. And the power supply, yeah, it'll be just cables, so nothing special there. And what we want is the graphic card. So yeah, let's see if I can get a good picture with the graphic card and see how it looks like. Okay, so the Amazon listing has less pictures than the listing on PCPartPicker.com, so that's cool. Let's see their website. There it is. Okay, whoo, nice. I found the exact angle that we want, which is pretty awesome. Do I need to remove the background? No, we don't. Cool. Okay. So yeah, it's not gonna be that big. It will be maybe more something like this. Yeah, you know what? It actually looks kind of cool. What do you say, guys? Do you think this computer looks good? I think it does. And this will cost us $1,342. Now look, we did not cheap on anything. We got the best, strongest CPU that we could get. We have probably one of the best budget coolers on the planet right now. We have sick motherboard, like really good motherboard. Got good RAM. We got like 32 gigabytes, which is pretty much what you want. 1 terabyte of storage. Yeah, the card doesn't have the best cooler on the planet, but I mean, it's almost 100 euros less. I mean, the the performance will be the same with both cards. So yeah, it's not worth it. For the cooler, it's not worth it. We got a pretty good case. We got good airflow. Looks nice. It's very modern. You know, it's the kind of fish tank style cases that everybody really likes. What I also liked about this case that it has the front Type-C connector, which we can utilize because we took a motherboard that supports it. So you can see here, you have a front Type-C connector. This one. And I'm really glad that we managed to find a good case that has it, and it's not expensive. The only thing, like, I could wish we can change, and that would be the perfect build in my eyes, will probably be the power supply. And I'll tell you why. Because, I mean, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe, maybe we can get, if we go with the A650GL. I know they recommend 700 watts, but they always recommend a little bit more than what you really need. The thing is, if we go with the AGL, does it come with the 12 volt? I think it's not. No, it does not. It comes with 2 PCIe cables, which is not the worst. But yeah, the A750. Okay, so this one's 450 watts. So they spec the cable accordingly to the how many watts the power supply is. But the thing is, yeah, for €1,000, I think we saw the 850. Yeah, sorry, for €100, not €1,000. Look, this is a tough choice. I'm gonna be very honest because I mean, we could go with a better power supply for better upgradability option in the future. But then I ask myself, will he really upgrade in the future? You know, because this build as it is will probably last him for a very long time. The 4070 Super, it's like a very solid card. And I mean, if I go with the 850, like very good power supply, right? What is he going to upgrade to? A 4080 Super? Is that really gonna give him that much more performance? I mean, upgrading for a 4070 Super to a 4080 Super doesn't make really a lot of sense. So without out of the equation, we don't really need a crazy power supply. And even if he upgrades the CPU for, let's say, a Ryzen 7 7800X3D, when it will be available in much reasonable prices, he will still be fine with this power supply. Because remember, what's good about AMD is they don't draw a lot of power. So I think this is my final build. Yes, this is what I would go for. I think it gives very good balance and very good performance for the price that he's paying. We did maximize our budget, even went a little bit more than what we wanted, but I don't really see where I can like downgrade from here without losing too much performance. If I go with the cheaper motherboard, it would get us probably 20 euros off, but it will be a much worse motherboard. And if I go with a cheaper CPU, we'll get much less performance, and it will save us only 10 euros. The cooler is really nothing where to go with the cooler. You need a good cooler, and it's one of the cheapest and best coolers you can get. RAM, I mean, I could go with 16 gigabytes, which will save us like 30 euros, but do you really want to go with 16 gigabytes in 2025 when like games, AAA games and stuff like that, they really demand a lot these days, a lot of RAM. And yeah, the case, I mean, I can get a cheaper case, but I don't really think it's worth it, guys. You need good cooling, you need good case. It's part of the experience, right? So yeah, this is my final build. What I want to do now is I want to make sure all of these parts are available and they're not like 10 months to ship or something like that. Okay, so the CPU, you can get it in a few days. Cooler as well. The motherboard, I mean, it's like about 10 days, which is pretty okay. The RAM is also like 2-3 days. And the SSD is actually ran out of stock, which is cool. So let's change the SSD. I know I praised that SSD a lot, but I mean, if it's out of stock, then it's out of stock, and we need to pick something else. That would be a little bit better, right? Okay, so let's see what our options. No, we don't want hard drives. Come on, PC Power Picker. Why do you even list hard drives for us? I mean, it does say here it's available, so I don't know. I don't understand what's the deal with that. Okay. How about this Western Digital Blue SN850 instead? Or even this Silicon Power UD90. This one could be good. This one is a very solid SSD. I think it's also getting to like 5,000 megabytes, which you don't really need more than that, especially not for games. And yeah, this one will be a good option instead of our Kingston one. Let's add this one. Remove the Kingston one. And let's keep making sure that all of our parts are available. The graphic card is also available. The case, I mean, only 5 left in stock, but I'm not too worried. You can get the green one as well if like, I really like this color, to be honest. I think it looks kind of cool. Let's see, there's a blue one as well, but I think this one is more expensive. No, yeah, it's the same price of the black one, but the blue one has white interior, so it will look kind of weird. Yeah, it will look kind of funky. The fans are also white. Yeah, I don't know. I will get either the green one because it has black interior, and so yeah, you can see it's like this very light greenish look, which I think is kind of cool. Um, it's very unique, you know. I don't know. I would get that, 100%. Yeah, white one is not interesting not for us in this build. I think it's also more expensive, and it's out of stock anyway. So yeah, the case. Actually, the green one is only one left in stock. Okay. Either way, if the case is out of stock, he can reach me out, and we will try to figure something else. I saw a lot of cases for that price. Um, I mean, I just picked the one that I saw, like the one that I thought is the best one, what I would get for myself. But there's a lot of good options here. I will post this video on his post, so he can reach out to me and we can maybe pick a different one instead. There's a lot of good options here, like really solid options. This case, for example, is also a good option. This Corsair 3000D is, it doesn't have the Type C, I think, but it's very good build quality. The fans, it has only 2 fans, but the fans here are very good. And it's also 70 euros. So, yeah, and I think we saw a couple more cases over there, so that I'm not too worried about that. And the power supply is also available within a few days. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this build. So in total, I think we are at 1344, a little bit over budget, but I think this is the best you can get this price range. And this build it's a build to last, you know. You have pretty much everything you want and need in terms of performance and build quality and good parts, stuff like that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Crap, I almost forgot. I wanted to check what kind of builds other people managed to build for him, and I've totally forgot to check that. So let's see. Okay, first option here. Okay, so he went with the slightly more budget option. It's 1100 euros. You can see he picked the 7600, not the X version. I mean, it's still a solid choice, but I think for 10 euros it makes sense to get the X. It's faster. He went with the ASRock motherboard, which is the one that I did not want to go with. Give me a second here. So yeah, he went with the ASRock motherboard, which is the one that I think it had only 5+2+2 phases, and I didn't really want to go with. No, wait, this one is actually more expensive. This one is 150 euros. Yeah. How much phases is that? 8+2+1. I mean, it's okay, but it's still not the 12+2+2 we had with the Eagle that we took. This one, which has much better phase solution. You can see all the choke points right over here. Right over here. And yeah, let's see what else did get him. He went. No, this is my build. Sorry. Okay, he went with 32 gigabytes of Patriot, RAM, a lot more expensive than the kit that we took. This is 20 euros more expensive. He went with more expensive hard drive, SSD. He went with a 5070 instead. Huh. I did not consider a 5070. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else. He got the Montec Air Lite, which is not available in Germany, and the Gigabyte power supply, which I don't really like. Okay. Solid build indeed, but I don't think it's the best. It is cheaper, so there's that. Let's see this one. So Ryzen 5 7500F. What is this? Is that a new CPU? I've never seen that before. 6 core, 12 threads. It's 150 euros. Okay. There's that. I've never seen that before. By the way, this dude didn't get a cooler for him. I guess he's counting on the cooler that comes inside the box with the CPU. It is an okay cooler, but it is still a stock cooler. For the 7600, yeah, you don't really need more than that, but okay. What else? Okay, so this guy got him the same cooler that we did, the Pyrrhus Assassin. He got the same motherboard, so good for that. He went with the Crucial RAM, which is okay. Yeah, this build was a lot better. He went with a 2 terabyte SSD. Okay, that's surprising. This build is 1287. He went with a 5070 again. Wow. I did not consider a 5070. I'm gonna be very honest here. It says it's SFF. Is that small form factor? Like, I don't get it. What is this card? And why is this so cheap? Is that the price of a 5070? And is a 5070 faster than a 4070 Super? That's what is more interesting to me, to be honest. That's what I really want to know. 4070 Super versus 5070. Test in 10 games. Okay, let's see. Forza Horizon 5. So the 5070 is slightly faster here. Okay. God of War also slightly faster. Ghost of Tsushima is a lot the same. The low 1% is 0.1% is actually a little bit better. No, sorry. No, yeah, the difference. Yeah, it's there. Stalker 2, it's actually... Bro, that card is pretty good competitor for 4070 Super. I did not consider that. Better FPS in some games. This is Horizon Forbidden West. And this is Cyberpunk, I guess. Yes, this is Cyberpunk. Okay, so this is with DLSS 4 and FrameGen and FrameGen 4. It's getting around 200 FPS, which is cool. It does have slightly, I know, problems with picture quality and stuff, but you know, it does deliver higher frame rate. But even without DLSS and FrameGen, you can see it's still pulling pretty much the same FPS and even a little bit better. And the low 0.1%, look at that. 24 FPS and 52 FPS. Bro, if that's the case and I can get a 5070 in my build and it's cheaper. Wait, there was another video here. Don't get ripped off.
Well, if there's one thing the 5070 does win in, it's that the Founders Edition packaging is a lot smaller. So more efficient packaging, that's the 5070 Founders Edition up against the 4070 Super Founders Edition. Maybe I can get the light to hit that just right so you can see it. Anyway, so those are the GPU models we're comparing in this video because I wanted to make sure we're Founders Edition against Founders Edition here because even the tiniest factory overclock might hide any of the differences that we see here because it's not wrong when I'm saying that the 4070 Super is sometimes faster than the 5070. The 4070 Super came out 1 year ago and was widely available at its MSRP of $599 and was occasionally discounted by 20 or 30 bucks. The 5070 comes in at an MSRP of $549, but currently is much higher priced on the actual market. Hopefully things settle down. Now in Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p RT Overdrive, neither GPU does great. It's 43 FPS versus 41, and the previous generation 4070 Super has the 5% advantage. If we move up to 1440p with RT Overdrive, I had to go down to DLSS balanced mode in order to get anywhere near 60 FPS, and the 4070 Super hits 59, while the 5070 hits 58 at these settings in the built-in benchmark in Cyberpunk. That gives a 2% advantage to the 4070 Super. So again, these are functionally the same. Now I will say at least that with the new DLSS enable all the various frame gen settings. But if we move on to 4K Supreme, even using DLSS quality does. If we go ahead and kick on DLSS performance, we can get over 100 FPS again though, 103 on the 4070 Super, 109 on the 5070. Of course, you could use less aggressive DLSS settings realistically, but I just use performance here. The 5070 is taking a 6%.
So yeah, from what I'm getting from this video, it's very close in terms of performance. I guess that's also the reason why they recommended, both of them recommended him the 5070. I want to see, is there another build here? Yeah, there is another build here. Let's see what he got him. Yeah, he got him also a 5070. This is the Asus Prime one. So I guess because the cards are very similar in terms of performance, that's what they got him. This build is actually very interesting here. I want to take a look at this one because this one does have the 7600X and it has a very similar cooler to ours. This is the ID Cooling A620, which is a pretty solid cooler. And what else? Got the same motherboard that we did, 32 gigabytes of memory, 2 terabyte drive, the 5070, some Monte case, and yeah, because the Monte case doesn't have price, the total should be higher, but because it doesn't have price, yeah, it's 1300, and he actually got him a good power supply. for 100 euros. So if you calculate the price over here, it should be more close to 1400. But yeah, I think this is something new that I learned here, which we can go with the 5070. It's a lot cheaper. And I mean, you can go with this Asus Prime card, for example, which is $599. I mean, if they are the same performance and it's cheaper than the 4070 Super, it's a no-brainer. I mean, 5% at some games, it doesn't mean nothing, really. And I wonder, 5070 Ti, oh no, that's like 900. Yeah, no, yeah, 5070, solid option. I mean, you can even go with like a fancy 5070, you know, like this Asus TUF one. This one has a great deal. It's like 650. And this is a much more expensive card. I don't know how different it is than the Asus Prime. I mean, I think it has slightly bigger fans. Yes, you can see in the pictures. Let me actually put the picture so we can see it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can see the Asus TUF has very slightly bigger fans compared to the Asus Prime card. Very slightly so. What else? What kind of cards do we have here? This Zotac Gaming Solid. What is this one? This could also be an option. These are the cards that the other guys picked. Palette Infinity Free, MSI Ventus. Yeah, this one is only 2 fans. No. The Gaming OC from Gigabyte could be nice, but I don't really like those. No, not the Zotac. Where is it? This one. The reason why I don't really like those is because the RGB is very annoying in this card. You can see the light strips are inside under the fans, and when the fans are spinning, it's very annoying. It has like very weird effect, and I really don't like this RGB thing going on over here. I think it's very annoying in the eyes. And yeah, I mean, this is a sick card, this MSI Trio one. This one has like very good fans, a very good cooler design. It looks sick. It looks very, very good. And 685. I would either go with this one or with the TUF Gaming one. Man, you have a lot of options here. Yeah. Like even how much was the card? The 4070 Super. It was 685. So yeah, this one is the same price, and will be pretty much the same budget. But if we go with the where is it? With the Asus Prime, which is 600. we are less than 1300. But and in that case, actually, we can go with slightly better power supply, which will give us the room to upgrade in the future. So if I will go with the Prime, I would probably get the, where is it? Where was that power supply? The AGL 850. This one, yes. This is the one that you want. And with that, you are at 1293. Yeah, I would prefer going with the tough gaming version and not the Asus Prime, but it will be fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal between of them, and it is 50 euros cheaper, so yeah. There's that. This is my build. Yeah. It's good that I went back and looked at the comments, because now we made a much better build. Yeah, 5070. Not a 4070. And we're well within our budget. We are getting a much better power supply. Like, much better, with better upgradability future. And yeah, I learned a lot. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope he will enjoy with his build. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.